Thank you, Charmer. My name is Sunsfan, joined by Mogwai. This is the finals of the WePlay Artifact Tournament, the first of 3 to come. Hyped versus Hoej.
As you said, sacrificial lambs, you actually prefer them to go down so you can redeploy them later down the line to a lane, where they actually can find use. As this Ignite right here does enable a very powerful prey on the weak, but there is no blue hero for Hyped. So Hyped's options are limited. He does have initiative. He could use a Gust here to slow down the damage, and he does.
Yep.
I like this play.
Do what you got.
Vandal, or maybe even an Assault Ladders to perhaps push more.
Or perhaps even the Assault Ladders on that first lane. So second Ignite comes out.
Okay.
It's not going to kill anything straight up yet. Obviously, the initiative is not given up, but it is. So now the consideration for Hyped is whether. And
but
even in that first lane.
Okay.
I mean, prey on the weak in that first lane is also quite good. Blockers.
Interesting.
I mean, Hoej doesn't really have that much that you can just go right through creeps if you block him. So perhaps that's something that Hyped is thinking about because, again, I don't believe there's a hip fire or pick off or anything of that nature. Gank is
here. We see at any cost a very powerful card. The problem is if he does resort to it in lane 2, then he would sacrifice his own Kana in the process.
Push of knowledge to see if anything pops up. But nope, he's going to go for the Tyler Estate Sensor to prevent some mana ramp in this lane. I mean, this is a really important lane for Hyped. So 3 heroes here. And that also pushes enough damage to kill off the Ogre Magi, knowing that no items are in hand for Hyped.
Yeah, very good Tyler State right there. Solican goes down. There was no point in developing that in front of Drow. As the Ignite is going to proc off here, it does put a timer on this Tinker. If Hoej would do nothing about this, as we see Prey on the weak, an offensive play here, boosted by Drow Ranger, going to push in 15 damage to the tower.
You go for the away from this being almost too late for
There's
Hoej
a
to
duel.
finish.
There's a duel on Tukana.
Yeah, I think I like this, and I mean, it's still not looking that great for Hoej, honestly. He does have the
lane, and does
Hoej really needs defense. He's only doing 6 damage right now, but he's going for it. I mean, better safe than sorry again.
Exactly.
You just need to delay as long as possible.
Exactly. Like I like that at any cost right there by Hyped, going up to 19 gold as well. So definitely gonna get some blinks, some extra health, and some good motility here.
Cards in hand. We've seen this several times now. He does have
more
phase boots.
Black draws. There is the March of the
phase boots will come in here, and he's hoping for a non-blocker, a Gust not being in hand, to be able to use the Demagicking Maul. But there's no reason to use Gust until that Demagicking Maul comes out.
See, speaking of Hyped, his only available play is actually Gust's turn. Every single one of his other cards is blue, and all 3 of his...
It indicates that there's no Berserker's Call, there's probably no duel, and perhaps he's putting him on almost no red cards, and he'd be exactly right. Not a good hand for Hoej right now, at all. And Laser might have to be...
March of the Machines is excellent here, and you definitely have to go for it. I do also think Laser must be applied to keep Tinker alive. Or maybe not, because he does have the Signet Ring.
He could prevent just a little bit of damage from another creep, perhaps, in this lane.
Or
Just saving
hold
it
on
for a
to
hero.
it.
That's
Or
probably
hold
the
on
right
to
choice. I mean, you get like 1 shot at the Laser, right? Basically, if you've used Laser, you probably won't ever use it again because the game will be over one way or the other, especially with this deck.
Exactly, yeah. Good. That's exactly it. He has 6 damage left to apply on this tower, but
to essentially guarantee that both cannot die and he can cast the Annihilation. But looks like he might be keeping initiative. We'll see. He has all the blocks right now.
Hype trying to stabilize. Hype trying to stay
alive
alive here.
I mean, Gust kind of has to come out, though, because...
No, because if you spend 5 mana, you could draw into an Agony Sanctum and a Stars Align, and that would enable you to go up. But then again, you don't have Incarnation of Salamene. So still, I think you preserve initiative. See, that Blink Dagger changes things. But he stays there. He has initiative. Coup de Grace has to go down here 100%.
Let's see how much damage is being done. Only 3 by Kana. And Laser is up to push for 7 damage. Still no red cards in hand, which is unbelievable. That's definitely a good
I do think you Laser. You have to push the damage.
Oh yeah.
You got to push that 7. You got to Laser the Melee Creep in front of the Tinker, which will also prevent it from going down. And then you got to go ham on that third lane here.
And guaranteed 4 more damage on that tower from the March of Machines as well. This is a double oath, 100%. You kind of, unless you're going to go for the gank here. Untested Grunt into an oath then.
Yeah, I think this is...
Or just Assault Ladders for now.
This is better. No, this is better.
That's exact lethal.
That's exact clean lethal on that lane. Getting a surprise kill on that third lane, and now it comes down to these first 2. Hyped is in major trouble. Hyped needs to stabilize. He has initiative and he has the gust.
Stabilized. That's the crazy part.
That's crazy. An assault ladder
He
wins.
basically would have to win. He needs to get like the tower this round and then hope for ancient, essentially.
I mean, he does have the blink dagger, so if Thunder got
all right, he's gonna do it just to be safe.
just to be safe. Like there's no reason not to like guarantee, because he still can play improvements from there. Even though March of the Machines doesn't really change things, like you would need one more turn. It's a safe play. Like as you said, he only has 10 health on that tower, so this is.
So the tower is going to be left at 4 HP after the March of the Machines goes off. And, I mean, that might just be it.
That's it.
I mean, depending on creep spawns and amazing RNG here for Hoej. I mean, he got close. I mean, all 3 towers,
this is
extremely low. 6 health, and then the Ancient exposed in the 3rd. That is ridiculous. That's a good spawn for Hoej, though.
That's a good spawn.
It probably doesn't matter.
It's hard to imagine.
He won't draw something.
Especially with blink daggers. Like it's hard to imagine a world in which Hype does not get lethal here. Incredible comeback, barely living on both towers on 6 health, but Hype is going to take the first game of this series, shutting down the aggro nightmare piloted by Hoej and delivering the first loss Hoej has experienced in this entire tournament.
Yeah.
Outstanding performance. Outstanding comeback here by Hyped.
That was very back and forth. At first, I thought Hype was doing really well. He stabilized very early. Hoej didn't get off to a great start, but then Hoej completely took over and almost finished the game, but the Thunder God's Wraths were too much to sustain.
And down goes the first lane. Easy kill here, and with 10 here.
He doesn't need to even blink if he doesn't want to, but...
He could do whatever he wants, honestly.
I mean, what's the deal here? What is he playing cards for? I mean, he has Prey on the Weak, right? So
yeah, he has Prey on the Weak. Like, this is like, Prey on the Weak plus Incarnate. I mean, he does have the... well, he doesn't technically have Ramp, but he just needs to, like, blink one of his green heroes.
He's just trying to remind himself what's in his deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Needs to draw it out.
He needs to, like, chill, you know, recollect himself, like recuperate for the next game, think a little bit about, you know, as you said, what is in his deck, and just basically prepare for the next match, because this game is so over.
Yeah. So that is lethal on Tower 1. Let's see if Hoej gives up the blue button. See if he's a good boy or not. It's been a nice, hard-fought match. I mean, this is still relatively early. It doesn't feel like it's 9 mana, that's for sure. The upkeep kill there, but only needs 3 damage, and the Prey on the Weak should be okay.
Yeah, finish it off with style, you know, get that.
Sure.
Get
the
that
blue button
clean
is
lethal.
exposed, and Hyped takes game 1. This is a best of 3, right? just to this deck together, right? So that's probably the more impressive thing than anything. So in game 2, Hoej needs to win to stay alive. Mercenary Exiles is at his disposal this turn. That's actually the only thing he can play this turn. Again, Hype starts with an Ignite, which is nice, and of course that Diabolic Revelation can be quite good.
This is a powerful opening hand for Hyped. He has the turn 1 Ignite, the Aghaning Sanctum, the Prey on the Weak, the Ramp with the Roseleaf Druid, and the draw with Diabolic Revelation. We've seen Hype go for this turn 1 Diabolic Revelation again and again. And it's definitely a good enabling hand for the combo. It's a good start for Hype. That's
a good matchup, though, for Hoej.
Yeah, exactly. Like, getting your red hero right in front of Kana is very impactful, as we see a turn 1 Ignite from Kana onto the first lane to try to slow him down over there. And no Zeus in front of Phantom Assassin. So this is a pretty even start, I think, for both players.
Is he going to cast Diabolic again? Will it happen?
Yeah, it's going to happen on lane 3.
I feel like every single game he's drawn that. Like literally every single game, right?
He's
running 3, though.
He's running 3 copies of it, though, so it's not as surprising. And definitely one of the things that has changed with this deck, at least with this variant, the 3 copies of Diabolic Revelation. As I said earlier, this deck used to only run 1.
To double up the green. This is a similar thing that happened last game, where he had to double up on green. And Sorl is hitting the tower right now. Of course, there's a Roseleaf Druid that might have something to say about that. But initiative is on Hoej's side, who can play Tyler Estate Censor, which would shut that down completely. That would be a big play here for him. And he can buff up this Mercenary, too.
We've seen how powerful this is on initiative in turn 2. It really slows down pretty much any sort of deck, but it does not deny the Unearthed Secret. So it doesn't leave Hyped, you know, helpless with that
I mean,
play.
this obviously looks bad, but remember, last game, this tower ended up with 6 HP the whole rest of the game. So.
Exactly. That's the thing. When you're facing blue, you can push a lot of damage on them, but as long as they're still alive in a tower, they can at the same turn. He doesn't have to play around smash defenses in this matchup, though, as Hoej is not running it. And
So,
down goes Kana.
Again, heavy commitment being...
I'm not sure. I think, yeah, the Zeus is a better priority. Enables you to push this lane and not have to worry about a blue play here, which could be a foresight or at any cost.
You
or
do
something
have to
slow you
worry
down.
about the ignite possibility, of course.
Of course,
Always something scary. So Hoej looking for any kind of a health item at this point. And he picks up phase boots and a blink dagger right away.
Hoej pushing heavy damage
Ogre
on
the
this
first
lane, neither Axe nor the Tyler State Sensor. So
Right.
it would be hard to expect at any cost here, even though he doesn't need
He'd pull that off. But, of course, he has to wait for the mana to be expended completely.
exactly
Because Annihilation...
in the spam of 2 turns. But he
Right.
opts to go for the March
March
early
Okay.
from here, which is telling that he's going on this third lane, as he's still at 34 health, right? So it's quite heavy. Down goes the second Sanctum for Hype
this
here.
is super scary.
Yeah.
Super scary from Hoy's perspective. Axe, I mean, you're glad Axe is here at the very least. Next round's going to be the 6 mana round if you happen to draw the Berserker's Call. He swaps into the Ogre Magi, and that will be a kill on the Ogre. And again, like we talked about, the ramp is here, so just in case things get out of hand for Hyped, he has the insurance of Annihilation next round.
But having used the phase boots here, he cannot use them in lane 3, which means that unless he were to blink...
I just lost the game. He's actually going to put Blink onto onto the LC. Where does he want to go? So if he wants to
lane
ensure...
3?
Yeah, he could. Absolutely.
He could go lane 3. And he could actually Bronze Legionnaire. He could even Bronze Legionnaire and Oath there if he wants to.
Yeah.
We could see that play. How much damage is that?
Well, we'll have to count here in a second here. Bronze Legionnaire
He's
adds
got
4.
15. That may be... Wait, so that may be lethal here. That's definitely lethal here, I think. Well,
you have to take the chance here.
Or holding on to it.
Okay.
This is also respectable. Like, he doesn't need
now
to
you're
rush
worried
it.
about Annihilation.
Exactly. Like, that's the problem. If you play the Oath and your opponent annihilates, then all of a sudden, even though this tower is very low, you need either March of the Machines or Oglodi Vandal on it, and you can't even play Oglodi Vandal. This is the thing with Hype. He
Hype
bounces
is all
around.
over the place.
He bounces a lot. That's how he thinks about it.
Yeah,
he kind of like moves them around.
Everybody needs a different, like, visual cue, essentially.
Yeah.
For sure.
Interesting deployment here by Hyped, looking to stabilize. I mean,
He needs a Gust. Okay, doesn't find it
he doesn't
here.
get it.
And this is going to open up the lanes just a bit, but not enough for Sora to actually find the tower. Of course, Coup de Grace is available to do just that, but you have to assume that Hyped has a creep to block or just plain Annihilation if needed. But if he has to, right? Because you do not want to lose. All right, he's going to try to shut down the ramp a little bit.
I really like this duel.
You can't lose any cards. These are actually very important cards in his hand.
An offensive gank onto that creep to try to push that damage.
Okay.
I like this play.
It's definitely worth a shot.
Needs a Stars Align to play that Thunder God's Wrath, which he does not have.
Right.
That was so vital for him.
Oh,
the Maul.
Knowing there's, okay, he has to pop the Aghanim Sanctum. What's going to get rid of here? Just the Ignite.
All right.
He's going to get initiative back. He actually cannot find lethal on the tower this turn.
Yeah.
That is huge.
That's massive. That's absolutely massive. Hoej living out 2 is, I think all you have to do, you actually don't March of the Machines here. I think you gank, you push lethal here.
This is going to be next level. Oh, he's going for the gank now.
Yeah.
All right. This is what you can also do. You put a black hero mid, and you march the machines from there, because he can't finish the game. The game's just over.
That's true.
Unless he places Ogre Magi mid lane and annihilates.
The only problem with that line of play is that a Gust, oh my god, this could be the 9th though.
Blink daggers will be huge for Hyped right now.
This is really scary actually. He's on a 2-turn timer.
He doesn't find the Blink dagger.
And it's over. It's over.
PA goes mid, march
to get rid of this. Yeah. This is gonna be over because he didn't get lethal on that tower. There is nothing Hyped can do. The only way Hyped wins this is if he gets lethal on 2 towers this turn. But he is just going all in on this one. And I just don't see a way.
March of the Machines has been MVP in so many games with Tinker.
God, there's 2 more.
Even these Thunder God Wraths that can kill everybody isn't really gonna do too much.
This is so slick. And for anybody watching, even if he managed to take down the tower here, this Ancient is invulnerable from damage. And there is the forfeit from Hype going down to March of the Machines. What a slick lethal there by Hoej.
Wow.
Evening the score 1-1. We're going to a third game.
And we kind of mentioned
Showed us that Hoej is definitely on the clock here. It's
as we're going to see the Mercenary Exile placed in this first lane with Axe, his little buddy.
a good initial placement for Hoej, as we see quite a heavy presence in lane 2 with Zeus and 2 creeps for Hype right there as we move on to the third lane.
Yep.
And as you saw, no untested grunt play there from Hoej due to the presence of the second lane. You don't want to have these trading off with creeps. You want these to push forward. Lane 1 to support Axe and try to push heavy damage there. That curve onto Triad, though, perhaps not what he wants to see.
Definitely not. But you will find the kill in all likelihood, unless they're... I mean, Roseleaf Druid can come to block either way, so it wouldn't matter too much.
From Hoej. Hoej is scouting out first.
Indeed.
And then not able to see the Triad, though. And now he's going to go double grunt. I love this. I love this play. I love Hoej being patient. It's a risky decision.
It is.
Because if Hyped have no play, he would have missed out on curving out here. But Hyped playing that Druid, and now he gets some...
A little bit surprised he didn't spend the 2 gold to make sure that the Mercenary Exile lived through that exchange with Drow, but choosing not to do so.
Vandal is pretty safe, too. Honestly, it enables you to potentially push more damage later down the line. I think overcommitting to lane 1 is a little bit risky because of Hyped double at any cost. At any cost can be extremely powerful in this first lane. Can wipe out pretty much everything. No. He does not get the arrow.
It'll eat a cheeseburger next round, though. That's for sure.
He'll get his. He'll get his
early
protein.
blink dagger if he wants to. All right, so this first lane is going to be the real contest. Ogre Magi will most certainly be there. Spread out the black heroes from each respective lane. And yeah, you're right. If at any cost is drawn, then that hurts quite a bit. Drow does go down though. He probably, I don't know. Maybe you don't have to do it here if you're Hyped. Doesn't happen either way, so it doesn't really have the choice.
Trade here, it seems, as we see Unearthed Seekers going.
And you'd come close to taking this tower as a result.
There's the blink. Hoej, at that, this is what we're talking about, being flexible.
Yeah.
This lane 1 seemed incredibly good for Hoej, but now Hoej is being slowed down.
This is beautiful.
That's really strong.
You might think about, well, actually, sorry, we've already been over the fact that you cannot annihilate here. All right.
Oh, that's strong, though.
It's big. It only kills Sor Lacan.
Yeah, but that's damn. Heavily relies on this Unearthed Secrets to enable him to refill his hand. He has a ramp, he has Gust, but he needs combo components
here. It's an unfortunate arrow for Hoej. He would rather be going for... He doesn't want to take any chance with the Disciple, so we'll just take the kill. Of course, with only a green hero coming back, that's definitely the right move.
Bro, that's so strong. That could be applied here for a billion doggos. This is stabilized, but he passes. This is very dangerous.
It is.
All of a sudden, he's threatened on both lanes.
Yeah, this could be
This could be over.
This is very, very bad for Hoej. Picks up the phase boots. He's undoubtedly going to put double Disciple in the mid lane, but unless he draws something else. But yeah, not much else to do for him. Hyped, on the other hand, a lot of gold, picking up pretty much everything in his shop. He has Blink Dagger available along with Annihilation. This is looking like...
And he's close to, he's missing components, right? But if he draws the right cards, he does have the stars align. If he draws the right cards, he could just, like an Emissary of the Corn would be devastating here.
Ooh, Berserker's Call could end up being pretty big next round.
Oh, man, that's so much damage.
Yeah, this is a lot. And initiative is still with Hoej, but of course Annihilation can't be played in that mid lane unless he blinks over Ogre Magi now.
Coup, sorry. God, I had it right. You need the coup, so you need to do this now, and he recognizes this. He needs to play. This is his only way. He needs to double up here. This is very powerful, but as you can see, it's missing out. He needs to deploy heroes here as well, at least one hero or two.
Yeah, but
only March of the Machines would punish this.
Right. So this deployment is huge. Obviously, Zeus is going mid. There's no consideration otherwise. And on the other side, 3 seconds until the deployment is chosen for him. And Hyped is going to be very happy about this. And of course, he will do absolutely nothing. Actually, if a gank comes online, ooh.
Ooh, wait.
But then you have Gust. So he's just going to Gust.
No, but if he Gusts, he loses
into Arcane Assault.
Okay, there you go. Because if he had to Gust.
Right.
Now
so
he loses
drew
initiative.
Arcane Assault.
But he drew Arcane Assault, so that
boy.
solidifies his
That'll
position.
do it.
And Hyped,
that should do it, my friends. Annihilation will come down from Hyped.
Gotta destroy this second
What a
lane.
series, man.
What
this was super hyped.
This was crazy. This was amazing. Like, that second game, getting the lethal with the March of the Machines. Annihilation here at the 9. He had lethal on that tower.
Indeed.
Wow. It could have gone differently if he drew gank, but it had to be a very specific scenario.
Yes.
So many things could have gone wrong
He
here.
had to draw gank, and Arcane Assault had to not been drawn.
Hyped is the winner, the champion of the first ever WePlay constructed artifact tournament, defeating Hoej in the finals with a close 2-1 series. Congratulations, Hyped. That was amazing.